The air is thick, heavy with sweat and cold steel. You stand shoulder to shoulder, shield heavy, heart pounding. You wait for the charge, but it never comes. Instead, there is only silence, a deep, unnatural quiet that settles over the valley. The silence is a weapon, a void where your worst fears grow. Every snap of a twig sounds like a cannon shot. They hunt you not with swords, but with the absence of sound. This is psychological warfare, a test of nerve before the real fight begins. The army that masters its fear of the quiet holds the advantage. The real enemy is not the quiet, but the panic it inspires. Will you hold the line? Why is silence more terrifying than the noise of battle? Noise is chaos you can understand and react to. You're part of it, fighting and surviving. Silence is a vacuum your mind fills with fear. It's the sound of uncertainty, a predator stalking its prey. Ancient warriors knew a sudden quiet meant something was terribly wrong. Your body floods with adrenaline, but there's no target for your fear. The fear of what might happen becomes more potent than what is. The battle is lost, not to swords, but to the deafening roar of nothing. The Roman legions were masters of war and of silence. Their discipline was legendary, forged in training and hardened in battle. Facing a Roman legion, the most terrifying thing was not their noise, but their quiet efficiency. While others charged with wild screams, the Romans advanced in near total silence. All you'd hear was the rhythmic tramp of thousands of sandals, a relentless, unstoppable machine. This silent advance was a display of supreme confidence and discipline. It told their enemies, "We are not afraid, we are professionals." The silence was a statement of superiority, intimidating and unnerving the opposition. It made the enemy feel like a disorganized mob facing a single, unified organism. Silence allowed for clear communication. Orders could be heard, maneuvers executed with precision. It conserved energy, saving breath for the fight itself. The Romans arrived at the enemy line calm, focused, and ready. This combination of psychological intimidation, clear communication, and energy conservation made the Romans' silent advance legendary. Discipline, not rage, wins battles. The silent march was as deadly as any sword. The enemy often broke before the first blow was struck. Silence was Rome's secret weapon. Nowhere is silence more potent than in an ambush. Imagine marching through a narrow forest pass. Light dim, trees thick, column long. Suddenly the front halts. Silence descends. The birds stop singing. There is no wind, only waiting. The silence is the hunter's friend, letting them wait, hidden, for the perfect moment. One sound could give them away and ruin everything. When the attack comes, the explosion of noise is a physical blow. In the end, silence is the deadliest part of the trap. The true power of silence is its effect on the mind. Our brains are pattern-seeking machines, always trying to make sense of the world. A battlefield is supposed to be noisy. When it's not, the brain freezes, searching for answers. In the absence of real information, imagination becomes your worst enemy. A soldier in the quiet starts to picture horrors, overwhelming enemies, unseen traps, his own death. The unseen enemy becomes a monstrous, mythical force, ghosts in the trees, demons in the fog. The silence gives them supernatural power. This mental strain is exhausting. The body burns energy, the mind races through fear and dread. Hypervigilance sets in, so fixated on imagined threats, the real one is missed. Judgment clouds, mistakes happen, panic spreads. The silent enemy wins a major victory without lifting a sword. Fear is contagious. One soldier's panic infects the next. Soon the unit's cohesion shatters. They're no longer a team, but terrified individuals. When the attack comes, they react as a mob, not a force. This is the ultimate goal of silence as a weapon, to break the enemy's will before the fight starts. The mind is the first battlefield. The silence is the first blow. Only those who master their fear can hope to win. The rest are defeated before the battle even begins. This fear of silence is ancient, rooted in our survival instincts. For millennia, our ancestors read the environment for danger. A living ecosystem is filled with sound, the buzz of insects, the chatter of birds, the rustle of animals. When that background noise stops, it's a red flag. A predator is near. The sudden quiet is a universal alarm bell in nature. Ancient warriors attuned to these signals felt the same primal alarm when the world went quiet. Their bodies reacted automatically, preparing for ambush. This connection between battlefield silence and wilderness silence is crucial. The fear is not irrational, it's a highly evolved survival response. The enemy who uses silence taps into this ancient hardwired fear. They become the wolf in the woods, the lion in the grass. They trigger a deep instinctual panic that logic and training struggle to control. Silence bypasses the rational mind, speaking directly to the animal brain. It's not just a tactic, it's a primal weapon. The quiet is a signal. Danger is near. Only those who listen and understand survive, the rest become prey. In silence, the oldest fears return. How do you survive the silent weapon? With knowledge and discipline. The survivor turns fear into information, recognizing the primal instinct for what it is. Instead of letting fear control them, they use it to sharpen their senses. They listen to the silence, not just for what's missing, but for what stands out. A trained soldier, like a seasoned hunter, knows what to listen for: the unnatural snap of a twig, the faint clink of metal. Fear becomes focus. Panic becomes patience. This is the survivor's edge, the ability to remain calm under pressure. Instead of picturing phantom enemies, you focus on reality. You check your gear, watch your sector, communicate quietly, trust your training. You transform nervous energy into readiness, a coiled spring, not a trembling hand. This mental discipline separates veterans from recruits, survivors from victims. Those who panic see silence as doom. Those who survive see it as a warning. Silence is a signal to be ready, a source of information for those calm enough to listen. Knowledge is the ultimate weapon against fear. The silent battlefield rewards those who can think clearly. The rest are lost to their own imagination. In the end, survival is a mental game. Listen to the silence and you gain the edge. Ignore it and you're already defeated. The lessons of ancient battlefields are just as relevant today. They're not just about war, they're about survival. Whether in combat or the wild, the principles are the same: awareness, calm, and listening to the silence. If the world suddenly goes quiet, don't ignore it. Your instincts are warning you. Don't let fear paralyze you. Use it to become more aware and make smart decisions. The Roman centurion and the modern hiker both rely on calm, clear thinking under pressure. The quiet can save your life if you know how to listen. The story of silence as a weapon is a story about human nature, our deepest fears and greatest strengths. An unseen, unheard threat can be more powerful than any force preying on our imagination. Armies that mastered this psychological game, like the Romans or Germanic tribes, held a powerful advantage. They fought not just with steel, but with stillness. But this is also a story of resilience. Fear can be understood and controlled. Those who learned to listen to the silence, who used it as information, endured. They turned a weapon into a tool for survival. Discipline, awareness, and mental toughness are the ultimate defenses against fear. Today, we fill our world with noise and distractions, losing touch with the power of quiet. But the instincts of our ancestors remain. By understanding this, we reconnect with a fundamental survival skill. So, take a moment. Find a quiet place. Listen. Listen to the sounds you usually ignore. Listen to the absence of sound. This is not just mindfulness, it's survival training. The world often speaks in whispers. Learn to listen to the silence. it might just save your life.